Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm in Glencoe at the moment. I'm actually just passing through. I'm going somewhere else. More of that later. But as I passed the Signal Rock, the Antor car park, I noticed that there's some lovely mist rolling along the top of the Anarchia Ridge. So I thought I'd come down to the waterfalls that I'm pretty sure I've shot previously on the channel. But I think they might look quite dramatic with the way that the clouds are looking on the Anarchia. So before I continue on with my journey, I'm popping down here. Let's see how it goes. Let's go. So I'm actually on my way to the Grey Mare's Tail waterfall in Lochleven. So that might turn out to be a different video, or if I don't get any decent images here then I'll just include this as the intro. But I'm going there. I haven't shot there since 2016 apparently, so it's long overdue. But oh wow, this is looking incredible. Look at this. I was actually quite concerned that with the dry spell we've had recently that there might not be much water in the river, but it's looking pretty full, so fingers are crossed for the waterfall. Should have quite a lot of water coming over. I'm not quite sure what kind of vibe I'm going for. I definitely want to make the most of those that mist on the Anarchia, because that is pretty dramatic looking. But yeah, we'll see how we got on. It was actually raining when I left Glasgow this morning, but it's looking like we're going to get some blue skies, which I really hope so, because the end point of today is actually a sunset on the west coast, either at Mora or on the shore at Arisig. So stay tuned for that, that'll be another video. But yeah, this is looking nice, this is looking very dramatic. Oh, and we've got just a little hint of light spilling through now. That's looking lovely. Now, the worry is that the sun seems to be burning that mist off pretty quickly, so I just hope it's still there when I get there. Beautiful day though. Well, I can certainly hear the roar from the waterfalls, so sounds as though there's a lot of water going over, and I'm just about here, so let's go. Right, I'm hoping you can hear me over the top of these waterfalls. Basically, we've got some sun pouring down now and it's illuminating the front of the water. I've got a wide angle shot set up right now. I'll let you see that just now. So basically I've got the entire waterfall, including the Anarchia in the background there with the mist. But once I've taken this shot, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, maybe just on this section here, so to really emphasise the mist on in the background there. The problem is I'm quite close to the A82 and there's a steady stream of traffic going by, so I'm kind of having to gauge when I think I'll be able to take the shot and then just hope for the best. I might also throw the telephoto on and get some images of the Anarchiac Ridge up there, because that looks very dramatic. Again, with the mist swirling around it, and also just that little hint of sunlight catching the nearest peak. So yeah, I'll probably stick the telephoto on just now and do that first while the light's good.
So for these first 3 shots I decided to edit them in black and white, and also to do square crops with the intention of combining the 3 of them into a single triptych. What do you think? Does it work? I don't know. I never know.
Yeah, so apologies there, I was playing a game of cat and mouse with the light and mist on the Anarchiac Ridge. So I had the telephoto lens on, so I couldn't really talk through what I was doing, because I was constantly having to change focus and composition, because the light was changing so fast. But I've now come back to concentrate on the waterfall, and what I've done is I've got a 10-stop neutral density filter on so that I can really drag out the exposure. I'm working with an exposure of 20 seconds at the moment at f16, 100 ISO, and that's allowing me to really draw out these, the waterfalls. But I'm also including, I've zoomed in a little bit, so I'm including the mist in the background on the mountain as well. And every now and again there's just a little kiss of light on the side of the hill, as you can see up there. So every now and again that happens on this part of the ridge, and I'm hoping that I get that in 1 or 2 of the images. I'm going to take it down to f10 so that I can reduce the shutter speed a little bit, because these 20 and 30 second exposures are, well, they're using up the battery quite a bit, but also it means sometimes I miss a shot. Like as you can see just now, there's just a little peak of light hitting the Anarchiac. If that happens in the middle of a 30-second exposure, then the chances are you're going to miss it. This is lovely though, I'm really glad I stopped over. And that mist is really adding to the feel of the place today.
For this particular shot I couldn't actually decide whether I preferred it in black and white or colour, so I've put both onto the video. Let me know which one you think's best.
So yeah, it's looking nice in the back of the camera. I'm just hoping it looks as nice when I get it back on the computer. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a little bit closer. There's a little bit of, in fact I'll show you this for a minute. Just down there there's a little ledge. I'm going to try and get down to the ledge so that I can concentrate on this section here where the rocks are falling. And it looks as though there's a piece of old wood or something that's sticking out as well. In fact, it may actually be a bit of rope. Either way, I'll see if I can include that, and also over there as well. So I'm basically just going to have a 20 minutes or so capturing images of the details in the rocks. And yeah, we'll see how that looks.
These last 2 shots haven't actually been edited, they're pretty much straight from the camera, but I've included them because I wanted to show the difference that just waiting for a couple of seconds can make to the patterns that you get in the waterfall. These 2 shots were taken exactly 12 seconds apart, and yet they look completely different. So it's worthwhile taking your time and taking multiple shots.
Right, what I've done here is something I don't normally like doing with waterfalls, but I've done a 3-shot panorama It's a long exposure with the 10 stop filter in, so I'm hoping that the water's going to be relatively easily to blend in again. But basically just from about there, and there, using the 16 to 35mm lens. It's a 15-second exposure at f10, and again it's looking nice in the back of the camera. I'm just hoping I'll be able to blend them when the time comes. But yeah, it's looking good. We've got just a little hint of light hitting the waterfalls again now, which is just beautiful. Well, that's us for that location, I think. Hopefully I got a couple of shots there. I had to stop because a large group of people armed with their mobile phones turned up. And I think I can honestly say I've learned two things today. The first one is my 24-105 lens still isn't working, which was a problem. But the second thing is that when people that are intent on taking images with their mobile phones see a pseudo-professional photographer with the tripod out and the big camera and all that, they don't care, they don't give a shit. People actually stood in the middle of my shot when it was very obvious what I was doing. And of course I made it very obvious I was stopping because they were in my shot. They didn't take the hint, they didn't care, they just stayed there. I'll catch you in the next location, which is just about 15 miles away. I'm going to go to the Grey Mare's Tail now at Kinlochleven. So that's us for another video, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give us a little thumbs up if you did. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.